Hello and welcome. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm a little tired, but I have a new trailer to watch, and it just dropped today. It's the new Loki Disney Plus show trailer. I hope you guys are excited. I super am. I cannot wait. Spoilers, really dumb spoilers. I thought I hit record, so I've watched this and I broke it down, but we're gonna do it again, okay? I hope you don't mind. I hope I don't come off too disingenuous. I thought I hit the record button. I was like literally sitting here and digesting and geeking out for like 20 minutes. And then I was like, oh my god, I didn't hit the button. So I'm a little salty, but this trailer is worth watching again because it's really good. So let's go. Sorry if that was loud. That effect looks really cool. It looks like jelly.
I know what this place is.
Do you? I still don't get how.
The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to
They're not clowns. Look how organized they are. They're dressing a little bit like Nazis, though.
I love it. Makes you sound super smart. I am smart. I know. Okay.
That's not Tom Hiddleston. Kitty. I just love how blank he is. He's like,
You've ever said,
hi.
this is absurd.
Seems a weird way to print paper. I don't know if that's like canonically how people did it in the past. I love this. This looks so good.
The proper flow of time.
How do you determine what's proper?
The Tesseract breaking reality. I want you to help us fix it.
So many different veins.
Why me? I need your unique Loki perspective. Do I get a weapon? Yeah.
He went. It's Loki. Oh, those knives, those daggers. Oh, I love the preparation.
Luckily, he believes in himself enough for the both of us.
That's a great line, because it's true. I love it.
But you think you could possibly manipulate me?
He's finding a way, clearly.
I'm 10 steps ahead of you.
Are you?
You're not big on trust, are you?
Of course not.
You can trust me. We have studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
Yeah.
I'd never do it again.
That's so not true. I love that stance. God, I love this trailer. I'm so excited for this movie. I'm so excited for this movie. I'm gonna break it down again for you guys because this is worth talking about. There's so much good just nuggets of information about the show that they drop here, but not enough to spoil everything. And it's fantastic. I think this is gonna be such a fun fucking show. Though I am surprised they're doing a show about like time paradoxes because it's such a Flash and Flashpoint storyline that's like famous in the DC universe that they were tentatively supposed to be like kicking off in the movies, but the director's like, it's not Flashpoint, please stop calling it Flashpoint. So the new Flash movie that's set to come out in 2022 is not technically Flashpoint, but they are doing it to do a soft reset of the movies because Ben Affleck is like had enough, and then Henry Cavill, and I don't think Warner Brothers wants Henry Cavill anymore, so yeah, it's complicated as shit. But I feel like it's interesting that Marvel is touching on this too. Maybe it's influenced by the Flashpoint, but I feel like it's really going to convolute the MCU because there's already multiverse like parallels going on with Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man 3. I feel like doing time variants and paradoxes is going to be complicated. Like you saw all the different veins that they were getting branched off. I feel like it's going to be a lot. It's going to be good because this is going to be fun to play with, but I feel like it's a lot. And I feel like this is a fun thing to do with Loki. Like I don't know what kind of show I expected out of Loki, but this is definitely interesting to say the least. I'm excited about it. This tile is so old. And I really like the way it starts appearing. It reminds me of when a TV is turning on. Like, not a current TV, because it just appears. But when an old TV starts and like the light bulb in the center like starts to flicker and then it like translates into the whatever is showing on TV. This reminds me a lot of it, and it just stuff looks like jelly though. It's funny. Also, like Loki says he knew about this, but it's like, how? This is the first time it's ever really been hinted at in the entirety of the MCU, at least from what I understand. So it's so strange that you seem to know about it. I don't know a lot about these three figures. I think I know about this guy in the center. I'm blanking on his name, but he's like kind of the overseer of the universe or of like timelines. I remember he's like blue with like purple and green outfit, and he like sits in a chair. And I think there's a similar character in the DC universe as well. It was called like the Overseer or something. And I think it's an interesting character because he is like prominent in the comics. So I'm glad we're getting like tidbits of him here, but he doesn't seem to be the one in charge. So I'm a little confused. I don't know if he's like in hiding. I don't know who these other two are, but I'm excited for this. And I love this building. This building's fucking dope. And I really like these tilting cameras because, you know, with time, things get a little wonky. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey for all you Doctor Who fans out there. And I feel like this is it's a good use of camera movement to show, like, things aren't always what they seem. And I just think it looks cool. I don't know who she is, but I love her. She's so pretty. I love this color on her. She's, like, glowing here. Her lips look amazing. Her makeup. Her hair, like, pulled back. Like, ugh. Can't wait to know more about you. I don't know your name, but you're so pretty. I want to see you more. And she looks so, like, composed. This is great. This room is very interesting. I don't know what is on the back here, but it says 3 time. So I don't know if that's supposed to say, like, 3rd time's the charm or something. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be, like, a koi saying or if this is, like, the 3rd time variant courtroom or whatever. But what I find the most interesting about this room is that this is kind of Nazi looking, in my opinion. Or it looks kind of like Illuminati. But there's something about it that's, like, Nazi-y. I think it's because of, like, this almost looks like red, but it's but it's supposed to be, like, more of, like, a brown-orange color. But, like, a part of me is like, looks a little Nazi-y. As a Jew, that's just what I see. Maybe for all you not Jewish people out there, maybe you see something different, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. Also, this weird little, like, defendant, like, podium is strange. Though I kind of like it. It's very 70s, 80s. Oh, and there's Owen Wilson's character back there. Also, you'll see in a shot when he appears, but, like, holy shit. He has such a broken nose. I did not know that, but I pulled up a picture of him, and apparently he's had this for a while. It's just been there, and I just haven't noticed. This is like an older photo of him. I hope you can see it. But his nose is just, like, really broken. And I'm surprised. Like, I thought when I first saw him in this trailer, I thought it was, like, a prosthetic, or they were trying to do something weird and show, like, maybe he's not totally human, because he has this weird fucking nose. But no, that's just who Owen Wilson is. So, sorry, buddy, but you're still cool. I'm curious as to what this person is doing, because I feel like it's more interesting that they decided to recruit Loki, God of Mischief, but like, who's this person that looks like a schmuck in comparison? No offense. See, look at his nose. Doesn't that look like a prosthetic? It's like crazy to me that that's just like who he is. No offense, Owen Wilson. You're still a very attractive man. I really like this haircut. I don't know what your name is in the show, but I think he's a great addition to the MCU. I know he's technically not on the silver screen yet, but the fact that he's here maybe means that he'll go on to the big screen, and that'll be great because I think he's fantastic. I've missed him. I feel like he hasn't been in a lot of shit, and this is great. And I think he's just very charismatic. He's very sharp. I think he plays off of Tom Hiddleston really well. Like, I'm very excited. Next. And I think I said it earlier, but this is clearly not Tom Hiddleston. This is clearly a stunt guy, because they really did just drop in someone. And they're not showing his face. You can tell because they're hiding his hair. Oh, this kitty is so cute. I love the kitty. So cute. I'm a dog person myself. And my boyfriend's allergic to cats, and my mom's terrified of cats, so I don't think I'm going to be having a cat in my life anytime soon. This cat's really cute. Just wanted to let you know. So cute. Doesn't this guy look like a Stan? I don't know what his name is, but he just looks like a Stanley. Or a Stan. He just looks like your typical, like, nerdy office goer who, like, is always just in his cubicle and kind of keeps to himself, but, like, sometimes he looks like he wants to talk. And also, he's a fan of the cat because he has a picture of him. I wonder if this is going to be, like, a magical alien cat, like in Captain Marvel. The cat, I think Goose, was, like, a weird alien motherfucker. So I wonder if this cat's going to be any special. Because, I mean, he has his own cup. And granted, he's cute as fuck. So, or she, I don't know. But, I want to know more about the cat. Can't just trust it to be a cat anymore. Also, is anyone else like, this seems like way too small of a pile of all the things that Loki's ever said. And he adds one later that says this is absurd because that is what he's about to say. But like, Loki, though he can be sort of quiet, he loves to monologue. That cannot contain all the monologues he's ever had in his life. When he wants to talk, he's gonna fucking go on for hours on end. So that doesn't seem like enough to me, in my opinion, okay? So I say, this is absurd, and then he prints a new one. Though I wonder why he has to confirm that this is everything he's ever said. Also, some minor nitpick. The T here is not capitalized, but the A in absurd is. Why? I don't get it. I know there was, like, emphasis on, like, absurd, but, like, that doesn't make sense. Fucking type right. And I like that he's like, fuck, I can't say anything or else you're going to add to that list, but I have a lot of words for you, mister. I think it's great. And I love this transition. Look how cool this looks. And it's his colors. Loki's colors. It's so pretty. Oh, it looks so cool. I'm so excited for this. I also love how, like, 70s, 80s-ish it is. But then this is, like, very futuristic, but the color scheme is still kept kind of 70s, 80s. It's such a fun way to play with, like, a organization like the Time Variance. I don't remember what the A stands for. I'm guessing, like, association or something. I'm really excited for this. I'm excited to see more of this team. I like that Loki isn't even watching. He's like, been there, done that. I don't need to watch it. But look how many branches there are that were created because of this thing. And again, this is a very common trope in a Flash plotline because there's always consequences for when you fuck with shit. So I'm glad they're sort of getting into it, but like, I feel like it's going to make things very complicated for every single world that is going to be introduced in the MCU because there's already going to be multiverses and maybe we won't go to like every single one of the planets, but like the fact that they're already being like, oh yeah, we need to make sure that we can correct the timeline so this current Earth is okay. That means you have to do it for other Earths too, and it's just like, it opens up a whole new can of worms, and I think it's complicated. Granted, DC has that same issue, but I feel like it's a little too soon to introduce this because we haven't even introduced the multiverse yet. We kind of have, and it's coming with Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man 3, but like, it's not there yet, so it seems weird that we're dropping this first. You get me? Anyway, look at all these branches. I like that even the line curves a little bit. Also, if you look at this, it looks like these two are about to diverge into one current. So I wonder what this event is and this event is and what they both contribute to. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't end up touching. But I think it would be interesting to show that, like, even if you don't do one of these things, that path will still lead to that location, even if this isn't there. Something like, you know, it's just the relationship of things is fun to play with. And I'm hoping with this show, I don't know how much they can dive into it, but because they already have the animated show What If that's already going to premiere on Disney Plus. Well, they'll play with like different scenarios, like Captain America is going to be a Nazi and Peggy Carter gets the super soldier serum instead, and then there's like a Black Iron Man or whatever. They're doing a bunch of different timelines or different scenarios there, but I feel like you could do the same thing with this show because you're fucking with time. So like so by doing the act of taking the Tesseract, I wonder if there's like an evil Iron Man or there's whatever the fuck. Like if someone died instead of being alive because of the actions that Loki made. So, you know, I'm excited to see if they play with that at all. Also, I like here that I think he meant the unique Loki God of Mischief perspective. But here, maybe it's just the way they're translating it with like the closed captions and they didn't like edit it too much. But like the fact that it said also low key because he hasn't even he hasn't always been like front and center. Sometimes he like slithers in the background, which is great. So I think it's a fun play on words. Double entendre, I think. Do I get a weapon? Nah. Yeah, he is. So where the fuck are we? Like, it's so interesting to see the transitions between where they start and where they end. I think it looks really cool. It's like a veil of jello. I think the different fonts are growing on me. I used to not like it when it was stagnant, but later on when you see like the different letters like switching in between spelling out Loki, I think it looks really cool. But here it almost looks like it says on June 17th because this one is really thick and this one's really thin. But it's June 11th, so mark it down on your calendars so you remember because it's going to be cool. Roxxon! I think they're called a Roxcan. I thought they were called Roxxon Company or whatever. Anyway, this is a thing from the comics. This was featured, I think, in the teaser trailer for this TV show. But it's cool that they're involved. I don't know what their deal is. I think they're a mining company. I don't remember if they mine for vibranium or if they mine for like adamantium. I'm not sure. But I'm excited to see how they're going to be involved because they're an evil corporation. They're like a LexCorp. And I'm excited. Ugh, I love these daggers. They look so cool. They're very low-key, but they're also like, they're slick. Like, they're not so embellished like the daggers that he had in Thor Ragnarok or like as bulky, but these look fucking deadly. And I love it. I'm so excited. And look at the way he's like, yeah, I'm ready, I'm prepared. And this is the same hallway that the camera was tilting, so I wonder if like, because it was tilting, this person who's clearly interfering with what Loki and Owen Wilson's character are trying to do, if like she or he, I'm assuming it's a she, has the power to manipulate it. So, to manipulate like space or something. Look at this apocalyptic fuckfest. And there's the Avengers Tower. So this is sadly that's all that's left of New York. And it looks like, God, like look at this. This is such a cool setting. Like this was a sidewalk because there's a fire hydrant, and I'm excited to explore these like different like temporal anomalies. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, she's so pretty. What is your name? Tell me these things. I must know. You're so pretty. God, like what do you do? Tell me the things. I will follow you into the ends of the earth. Loki cast. Tell me the things. What is your name? Oh fuck, Lady Loki was confirmed? Okay. Bitch, okay. Okay, so I think this is Juju Midbatha Raw. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm not trying to be an asshole. But yeah, this is her. Her name is Juju. I believe that's how you say it. Or it's G-U-G-U. I'm excited. She's very pretty. I have no idea what else she has been in. Beyond the Lights. She was in Belle. Oh, she was in Motherless Brooklyn. Okay, very cool. That was good. Oh, she was in Concussion with Will Smith. Dopage. She was in a Matthew McConaughey movie I don't recognize. Cloverfield Paradox. Wrinkle in Time. Didn't see it. Didn't really look that good in my opinion. Ew, you were in Jupiter Ascending. God, I'm glad you're moving up in the world. And a bunch of other shit I don't recognize. Anyway, I love this girl. I'm excited to see more of this girl. I don't think she's really talked, but I like her a lot. Look at her. She's badass. She's ready to fucking fuck shit up. Also, he did the knife flip. Yes. He did the knife flip. They cut that out of the Thor Ragnarok movie, but it was shown in a bunch of the trailers, and everyone was like, oh my god, it's so hot and amazing. And like, it was. And they cut it for whatever reason, but it's here. And it better stay on the show, goddammit, because I love it. Also, I don't know who these people are. They kind of, when I first saw them, I'm like, are you Nova Corps? But there's, because like the helmets are kind of similar, but like they look really dumb and bulky. Like these look like foam suits, and they have a logo on their arm, but I don't recognize it. And I don't want to assume that they're aliens, but this technology looks very alien-y. Because at least the TVA place is like clearly Earth-based 70s, 80s like design. I don't know if they actually are aliens. Obviously, Loki is technically an alien, so, like, I'm not surprised that there's alien involvement, and also there's that planet that we see later on. But, like, it just seems like, who are you, and what are you doing? Why are you fighting? But I love his little, bye! Tom Hiddleston, you are so made for this role. Like, listen, I'm gonna level with you. I used to not get why people loved Loki and why they loved Tom Hiddleston. But then I played Devil May Cry, and I started learning about the other games, and Devil May Cry 5 came out, and then I saw V with his tattoos and his shoulder-length black hair and his sculpted features and soft-spoken voice, and I was like, oh my god, I love you. And then I was like, oh my god, that's also like Loki. It just clicked and I'm like, oh my god, you're attractive. Oh no, do I like you? Am I a Hiddleston? Oh my god, never thought I would get here, but here I am. He's very attractive. I like him with this hair a lot. So this is the alien planet. I think the Roxxon company also invades and mines an alien location, so I think they might also be involved in this place. This is the baddie. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's a time variant associate or what, but they have access to this technology, and they're a baddie because we're not seeing their face. And again, this looks like an alien planet because the rocks look weird and it's all purpley. God, look at all the technology. The TVA is crazy looking. I love the way he's like, you can't manipulate me while he like fixes his tie. Like I expected him to be like do one of those scenes where he's like, oh, too tight. But he was like, no, I'm just gonna fix it and make it gentle because if you think you can manipulate me, you could at least look the part. And so it's a very Loki action to do, and I just love it. It's just so like unrestrained, like you're lucky I'm not killing you right now. I love it. He has like, look at this face acting. Tom, you're so good at this. I love you as Loki. And this is, yeah, so my theory is that whoever's in the cloak, who's interfering with Tom Hiddleston's and Owen Wilson's characters' fixery of the universe and timelines, that they're trying to prevent this from happening. So they're trying to get in the way to make sure that this doesn't happen. But I think it needs to happen for everything to go accordingly for the TVA to see, like, I think TVA will believe that this still needs to occur for the timelines to be corrected. So I think that's going to be the motive behind this mysterious figured person. But I think the real enemy is going to be Roxxon. And this is like his fantasy come to life. I think it's great. This is clearly like how he envisions him ruling over Asgard. Like, look at the chair. It's very Asgardian and has his horns, and it's gold and green, and he has like the green flag in the back. But then you can tell something ran awry, and all this shit's broken now. But it looks very cool aesthetically. Like, I like that's almost like a purple black with this like gold like scarring. It looks very visually pleasing. And again, here's like the turning of the camera that I really like. Again, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey Doctor Who-ness is going to go on in this show, and I'm excited. Also, you say you're 10 steps ahead. And while I want to believe you because your conviction is there, I don't understand how you can always keep thinking ahead. I don't get it. Also, that guy looks really good. I thought when I first saw this trailer that this was Tessa Thompson, and I got really excited. It's not her. It's just some soldier. No offense to this actress. I was hoping it was going to be Tessa Thompson, but I'm not mad because she looks really cool. I love her dreads. I want her to be a badass, but the fact that she's punching one of these guards makes me think that maybe this is the unveiled mysterious bad guy who I theorized was a woman in my head, but I don't think I mentioned it. But I believe she was a woman, so I think this is actually her. But she's just, playing the part. Or this is just some rogue TVA squad person who's betraying TVA so that they can help the mysterious figured person. But I think it's the female. I love the scene. He's like, you're betraying moi? How dare you? I brought you all together. And it's like, bitch, you're the god of lies. Of course they were going to turn on your ass. Also, everyone is so self-motivated because there's like, I don't know, isn't like Shere Khan here or something? Or whoever from the past. This episode, I think, is like all about like recruiting people from like past, present, and future to like be on his side. Also, very excited for this woman's, her representation. Number 1, dark-skinned black woman. Very cool. Usually, a lot of lighter-skinned black actresses get roles over darker-skinned black actresses. So I'm glad that she's here and representing. Number 2, she's not skinny. She is plus-sized, and that's fucking awesome because people always joke that at least, like, fashion-wise, MCU clothing is always cut from the same cloth. They always have their same designers. But, like, sometimes a lot of the characters look pretty samey because they all have the same figure or the same, like, motif. But she is the most unique-looking character, and I'm so excited. And I'm very happy for her. And I hope I learn to love her, as I already do. So I'm excited to see her kick ass. And I thought at first this was blood, but I think it's Loki's magic energy. But I think he is killing this person. And I don't know who that is. That might be the mysterious veiled person who's fucking with Loki and co. Ugh, this is... Ugh. Tom Hiddleston is attractive. And I would just be swooning if that was me. Like, how do you just... I would literally, like, my knees would just, like, turn to jelly, and I'd just be like, oh, fuck. He's... I get it now, Hiddlestans. I get it. He's very attractive. Also, I love this. Like, you can trust me. Though I think they cut this line from somewhere else, because there's something about the way he said it and the way he moved that don't really fit. So I think they cut that line from somewhere else where he's actually being genuine. But for the laughs and for the comicalness of the trailer and to mislead you, I think they're stitching it together with this scene. But I think it's pretty much the same thing. I think he's like, why don't you trust me? And it's like, I don't know. I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. I think I know you pretty damn well. I like that he's like, I won't do it again. And it's like, yeah, you will. You're Loki. You're so self-indulgent and always on Team Loki. So don't pretend like you wouldn't think about it if it came to that time. But I love that he pops the collar. You're just, ugh, you're attractive. Very cool. I love this scene. I don't know what that door is. I also don't know if these are TVA people or if they're Nazis, because those are like general like bands. I don't know what they actually are for. Sorry for all the people who are in the military, army, Air Force, Marines, and who have those cords. I just don't know what they mean. I know like for graduation I got like cords, but I think these are different. I don't know if it like symbolizes what rank you are or whatever or what you've done, but these look like Nazis. Also, sorry if you're not Nazis. It's just, there's something about, like, just the fact that Loki's fighting you that makes me think, maybe you're not good. But neither is he. So, who knows? But I love this shot. Though it kind of is giving me Thor Dark World vibes with how they really heavily edited the scene where Jane Foster's, like, infected with the Reality Stone and, like, they're on that weird planet about to fight, like, Malekith, who is the dark elf. And everything was, like, really brown and kind of green, and Loki fakes his death there, and, like, this just reminds me a little bit of that, because I'm like, this is, like, the same sort of, like, coating over the lens. But it looks a lot better. This has got me curious. This looks like the same outfit that the assailant running away before was wearing, but that's a very distinct bob haircut. This is giving me a lot of Scarlett Johansson vibes from the Avengers first movie. I think we're off-world. And I think this is Roxxon or Roxacan. I forget what they're called. Roxcan. But they do a lot of mining shit, and I think this is a mine that they were exploiting. I think they dig up like alien minerals, so it's like vibranium, adamantium, and some other shit. And they sell it, and I think they're technically just like a bad company. You can't show me an actress with any sort of short red hair and get mad at me for believing that this could be Natasha Romanoff. Because there was a great scene in the original Avengers movie where Loki and Natasha have a scene and they're kind of playing off each other, and it's a really great scene because Black Widow is making it look like she's being affected by Loki, just like reprimanding her and like getting into her head, but she's faking it so that she can learn his true motive, which was targeting the Hulk. And I love the way she like turned and like it was really clever. And so I wonder if this will like is homage to it, if this is Natasha, but it wouldn't make sense if it was Natasha. Again, I think this is our masked assailant who's getting in the way of Loki and the TVA, but had her planet destroyed in that previous scene, and they're having a heart-to-heart being like, I get it. You're not the bad guy. I understand why you're doing what you're doing. Let's take down this company instead, because they suck. Because they did this to you, not me. So it could be that. But there's a part of me that's like, maybe if I beg and plead hard enough, it will be Natasha. I don't think it's going to be Natasha, but, you know. Who knows? Really good on this stunt person. That's such a fucking cool move. I don't know who that is. I love this stance. He's like, huh? I'm not gonna... What's wrong? What are you talking about? I don't need to move. I'm perfectly fine. It's probably an illusion. And obviously Owen Wilson's like, come on, I don't want you to get hurt. And then he's gonna be like, psych! I'm out of here. I was never here to begin with. It's great. I love it. It's so Loki, and it's very charming. I like it a lot. And see, I like this when it's flippant like this. I like when it like shifts. I think it looks a lot better. Ugh. I cannot wait for this show. I think it's gonna be really fun. I shouldn't get my hopes up too high because with WandaVision, there were so many strings I was holding on to for dear life that ended up being like misnomers and red herrings, and they kind of left me with a sour taste by the end of WandaVision. So far with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I didn't have a lot of expectations going into the show, so I'm having a lot of fun with it. I just knew it was going to be like action-packed and fun, and that was it. Like I didn't have any theories about what's coming up, really. So I'm having a good time with it. But because there was like inklings of Mephisto and inklings of the twins and of Nightmare and actual Pietro, I felt like I was left with a sour taste in my mouth after watching WandaVision. But I think this show could be a lot of fun and bring a lot of cool shit to the table, because I think they could have a lot of fun with all the time variant shit going on. Like, again, we're going to be going to different realities of the Earth that we know. Like, there's that apocalyptic, like, torn up, asunder, overgrown New York that we see. So there has to be some Avenger cameo that appears where they're just like a normal schmuck, and like Loki's like, oh, how the mighty have fallen, and like enjoying it, but then being like, ah, shit, I have to fix this. But I enjoy watching you in pain, but I'll get you another time, I guess. But you're lucky I'm on your side this time, sort of thing. I think it could be a lot of fun for cameos, or I don't know, just a lot of like, I think this could be a lot of fun here. Though I don't know how different it can be from the What If scenario animated shorts that we're supposed to be getting on Disney Plus, which I don't remember when those are dropping. I remember seeing trailers for them, but I don't know if they're like out yet, so I have to look into that. But anyway, Loki, what did you think? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you liked what you saw here, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you're feeling extra generous, subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'd love to get to know you more. And if you subscribe, you will be able to get notified, probably, when I post stuff. You know, sometimes you have to do the bell thing, but I'm not going to promote the bell yet. The bell is, I'm still like an old person who's like, yeah, bell schmell. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!